Softball World Series presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Greenville, North Carolina has been hopping, and now after a ton of softball this week, we have narrowed it down to four teams who have put in the work to be ready for the biggest stage. You win today, and you play for a World Series title.
The lights are shining. The cameras are rolling. And the next generation of stars are stepping into the spotlight.
Oh, what a catch!
You want a home run? We'll give you a home
run. From around the world, 4 teams remain, chasing the dream.
North Carolina wins an absolute gem.
We really did that.
Kentucky pouring it on.
Talk about stepping up.
This New Jersey team is cooking right now.
Dominant performance for Florida.
Every challenge they've faced, every celebration they've shared, has brought them to this moment. All eyes are watching. The biggest stage is calling. One chance to play for the championship.
There have been moments this week that these young athletes will never forget, and still many more to be made. 4 teams have made it through the bracket to the semifinals today. A win today puts them in our championship match tomorrow at 3 Eastern on ABC. And first up, it's Kentucky and New Jersey, followed by Florida and North Carolina later tonight at 6 Eastern here on ESPN. It's an honor to be with you for the Little League World Series. Courtney Lau alongside 2-time Olympic gold medalist Michelle Smith, 2-time All-American Big 12 Player of the Year Amanda Scarborough, Chris Button on the sidelines for us. And it's so hard to believe that on Sunday we had 12 of the best teams from around the world, and now the field cut down to 4.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard to believe that we're here, but it's been such a long and awesome week. These athletes have fought so hard, whether they went 0-2 or whether they're here in the semifinals with a chance to play in the championship. It's been a fantastic week.
Yeah, and if your team is here, that means you've won 3 games, you've made some amazing memories, but want to make a couple more memories to get to that championship tomorrow.
Well, let's start with this Kentucky team who has gone 3-0 this week. They haven't lost a game, and it's become a star in the circle, right, Michelle, in Michaela Knight, but you'll know her as Curly.
Curly, because of her hair, and she's been outstanding in the circle. In the box as well. This is a Kentucky team that really is complete all the way around, and it is led by Curly in that circle. Her pitching has been dominating. She's got great form, really good ability to move the ball through the zone, and that has set the tone. But the offense at this World Series has been outstanding. How about a .394 team? Batting average, runners in scoring position, hitting over 400 as a team. They have been complete 1 through 12. This is a team that has gotten it done and has made a massive, massive difference between regionals and here at this Little League World Series.
Yeah, look at the Kentucky offense in regionals. They hit 208. Man, they got in the cages and worked really hard before we started action on Sunday, hitting .394 through those 3 games. And while Kentucky went 3-0, Amanda, this New Jersey team had a tougher route because they lost their first game.
Yeah, that is not the easy route at all, but New Jersey has now won 3 elimination games in a row. They know what it's like with their backs against the wall. And their bats were the rebound for them against Connecticut, where they scored 13 runs in their first elimination game. And then they got revenge against Japan, scoring 11 against them. And Jaylen Brown also threw a complete game shutout. And then a resounding win against Puerto Rico and a 4-0 victory to get them here to the semifinals. Back-to-back straight shutouts for Jaylen Brown in the circle. She's been able to get out after out and lead this New Jersey team in the circle.
So she comes in hot, is what you're saying. She's ready to rock. Of course, this New Jersey team, they lost that opening round to Japan. Last 3 games, though, since then, outscoring opponents 29-3. And Jaylen Brown, 12 consecutive scoreless innings. All right, semifinal time. Kentucky and New Jersey. The winner moves on to our championship game tomorrow. Semifinal number 1, Kentucky and New Jersey. This Kentucky team is from Owensboro, Kentucky. It's time to meet the team.
I'm Avery O'Brien, and my favorite holiday is Christmas. Hi, my name is Finley Biven, and my favorite athlete is Rob Dillingham.
My name is Brinley Bishop, and my special talent is jump roping.
My name's Haley Warren, and my favorite book is Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
I'm Jenna Ball, and my dream job is to be a marine biologist. Hi, my name's Avery Emick, and my favorite candy is Airhead Extremes.
My name is Presley Roberts, and my favorite athlete is LeBron James.
Hi, my name's Michaela Knight, and my favorite sports team is the Savannah Bananas.
My name's Hunter Sparks, and my favorite food is chicken.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Chelstrom, and my favorite animal is a tiger. My name is Paisley Edge, and my favorite celebrity is Sylvester Stallone.
And this Kentucky team bats 1 through 11 as in Little League, every player on the roster gets to bat. Hunter Sparks at the top of the order hitting .375 to start things off for this Kentucky team who has gone 3-0 this week. And in the circle, it's Jaylen Brown.
Well, Brown has been outstanding for New Jersey. She was really good in the regionals to get her team here, and she has been just as stellar at the World Series. She has an outstanding changeup. We will see that often today. She's done a great job of really working out of jams, painting the corners, getting some nice defense behind her. She's a little more pitch to contact than some of the strikeout pitchers we've had here.
Hunter Sparks taking the first pitch to Frankie Velarde at short, and it's 1 away. Well, this Kentucky team who's batting right now from Owensboro, Kentucky. It's in western Kentucky, sits on the Ohio River, population 60,000, home of the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum, and the hometown of Johnny Depp, which I did not know, and Rex Chapman, until the Little League World Series.
Yeah, impressive. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. I learned a lot of things.
Yeah, I love finding out all these facts about just all kinds of things from their questionnaires and the city that they're from.
Also, it is the self-proclaimed barbecue capital of Kentucky / the U.S. / the world.
/ the universe.
Yeah. Avery O'Brien thinks so. She's the second baseman for this Kentucky team. Through the 5-6 hole, Avery O'Brien. Kids from Kentucky flashing the bats early.
Well, when you think about Jaylen Brown and how Michelle was talking about what she likes to throw, she likes to live more down in the zone. And Kentucky is looking like they're already for her right at the knees pitch to drop their barrels and hit it hard. Good swing by Avery O'Brien to find a way on.
Presley Roberts now. Last night we saw this New Jersey team have to face Puerto Rico, and out watching was the Kentucky team. So they were out here scouting in the stands. They had yesterday off, but obviously that scout has helped them.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is...
Runner goes.
So the other thing this Kentucky team does, that's their 11th stolen base of this tournament. They're aggressive on the base paths. And back to your point about scouting, these are the two hitters in the middle of the lineup. Roberts and on-deck Edge have been very strong for them, but this is a Kentucky team that has really stepped up.
And Presley Roberts is hitting .500 this week. She's got 4 RBI, a trio of hits, plus 3 walks. .500 average compared to the .231 that she hit in regionals.
There's that changeup, Michelle dropping it in there. Just showing a good hitter like Presley Roberts that different speed is. Presley Roberts has just had a tremendous World Series. And they show her a lot of respect. They don't like to give her much to hit because they saw what she could do earlier on in the tournament. So they've been careful with her ever since.
With first base open, doesn't really hurt him to get the force now at any base with 1 out.
The good news, though, if you're Kentucky, is that Paisley Edge hits behind her. So it comes in hitting a cool .400 this week. And a first pitch strike from Jaylen Brown, who they call the Jaylen Express.
Well, and you mentioned the stolen bases, Michelle, and they have, what, 11 stolen bases now, Kentucky does, but also leading the World Series in extra base hits, too. 10 doubles, 11 extra base hits, and Paisley Edge has 2 doubles all to herself, so she's been able to drive in runs with some power, although Jaylen Brown is pitching her tough, getting ahead here.
Yeah, this Kentucky team has more doubles than anyone this week.
Well, and the other ironic part of this Kentucky team is that their batting average as a team with runners in scoring position is .421, which is even better than their .394 team batting average. So that just tells me when it's important they're hitting.
That one hops over Jaylen Brown's head. Frankie Velarde was sliding into second as she caught that ball to get Presley Roberts.
We have seen Frankie Velarde make some really good plays defensively. She's just one of those kids that gets to the ball. She knows where she's at on the field, goes over, makes the tag to second base. This is just intuition, understanding where you're at, making that tag, and then looking for a secondary play.
Let's go Frank the Tank. Changeup coming in on the first pitch. And then just a casual trot over from Paisley Edge to second. It's the slowest stolen base ever seen. They were giving it to her to get rid of the first and third situation. Oh, just foul, man. Wow. That was close from Finley Bevan.
Yeah, I think that Finley Bevan is one of the more underrated players on this team. She plays a mean right field, always has a smile. Her coaches nicknamed her the Tasmanian Devil for her nonstop energy. A wild one, daredevil who loves to bend the rules. Just the way that they describe her, you know, when you read about her before you watch her play, you're like trying to paint a picture of what she's going to be like. And then you see her, she's spunky. She can cover a lot of ground in right field. Quick hands at the plate.
Made a lot of great catches in right field.
I love her reaction after she makes those catches, too. Giant smile. Strikeout for Jaylen Brown, and it keeps this semifinal scoreless. New Jersey's turn to hit when we come back. The Little League Softball World Series is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And in part by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. And for this Toms River Little League, it's the first appearance for their softball team at the Little League World Series, but their baseball team won the 1998 Little League Baseball World Series, and Todd Frazier was on that team. It's time now to meet the team from New Jersey.
My name is Jada Ghetto. My favorite singer is Justin Bieber.
Hi, my name is Shaylin Seaman, and my favorite athlete is Aaron Judge.
Hi, my name is Juliana Floric-Doslick, and my favorite sport to watch is volleyball.
My name is Sophia Tolentino, and my favorite baseball player is Ben Rice.
My name is Carly Leonard, and my favorite singer is Taylor Swift.
Hi, I'm Misha Kopin, and my favorite celebrity is Paige Beckers.
My name's Frankie Velarde, and my favorite actor is Adam Sandler.
My name's Briella Bogner, and my favorite TV show is Grey's Anatomy.
Hi, my name's Annalise Curley, and my favorite sports team is New York Mets.
My name's Jalen Brown, and my favorite subject is social studies.
My name's Aviana Gay, and my favorite video game is Baseball 9.
Hi, my name's Liana Gay, and my favorite athlete is Francisco Lindor.
And that is the team from New Jersey. Their batting order looks like 1 through 12. And Annalise Curley, the third baseman, who I promise you'll be impressed with because we have been all week. She's going to lead off, hitting 300 this week at the World Series. Curley is going to hit, and Curley is going to pitch, but it's a different Curley. Michaela Knight is her name.
Yeah, one has an extra E in her last name, and that's the one at the plate. This Curley in the circle is Michaela Knight. She's thrown just over 13 innings in the World Series, only given up 1 earned run here and 19 strikeouts. Has a really good presence, you guys. She never looks rattled, has a ton of confidence. She will mix in a change, screw, drop, curve, and rise, so can throw a little bit of everything. Great command.
And she's got the sunnies on today. Had a lot of weather this week, so haven't needed those. Annalise Curley now behind 0-2 to Michaela Knight. Lifting it towards right field. Bevan calls everybody off and retires Curley. For Curley, her pitcher. We were just talking about Finley Bevan out there in right.
She's gotten about a ball a game, I think, out there in right field. And we've kind of come to the conclusion with the ground that she covers out in right field, there's a reason they put her in right field when Curley is pitching, because they anticipate a lot of balls going that way, and she gets a lot of action.
Aviana Gay hits it to Hunter Sparks, who's going to overthrow the first baseman, and Aviana over to second. And her dad, Neil Gay, is the manager. You talk about fired up. He's feeling that one.
I think he's,
Let's go. That girl, Jaylen Brown.
I think he's just
outside, yeah, let's go.
a little frustrated with her that she didn't slide into second.
Oh, gotcha.
And maybe that's what his passion is coming from.
But she's safe at second, nonetheless. And Jaylen Brown's going to help her out. A shot to the gap. Aviana Gay has got the green light to go home, and she will slide home. New Jersey scoring first.
This ball is just absolutely mashed into the gap, and we've seen this New Jersey team be very aggressive. Jaylen Brown with a 500 batting average, pitch on the outer half. She just gets around it. She's aggressive early and just smacks it into the gap, and that's easy going to score her teammate Gay from second base. New Jersey takes the lead, and she did slide this time.
Yeah. I didn't notice that live, but
oh yeah,
he's definitely going to get down there just in case.
Just in case.
Briella Wagner.
And this is a big deal to score on Curley early in this game. There have not been a lot of runs against Kentucky, and their defense and her, she's just been so strong in the circle. They've been tough to score against.
Kentucky's only scored given up 2 runs this week.
That's right. 1 earned. That one unearned.
This New Jersey team's been averaging just over 7 runs per game. First run allowed for Curley in the last 13 1/3 innings. And we've seen that New Jersey can score. In the state championship game, they were down 3-0, and they scored 7 runs in the bottom of the first inning. What a response. They can pour it on in big innings.
To the catcher. Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 to Briella Wagner, the right fielder. Out to left field she goes, and it's going to bounce back to the fence. Jaylen Brown held up at third. Briella Wagner has a double.
Look at her get another pitch that's right out over the heart of the plate. Wagner and Brown are swinging big and having poolside power. That is Haley Warren that was playing really shallow in left field, not anticipating that big, powerful swing over her head. But Brown and Wagner here in the middle of the lineup with some power.
Big swings.
Yeah. Fast. Yo, we.
That's John Roberts who's making the visit. He's not wearing the mic, but Neil Gay is.
Let's go beat that girl. Let's go beat that girl.
Look at Jaylen Brown communicating to Carly Leonard, who's about to go up to the plate.
You know, usually one of the best parts about Michaela Knight, what she does in the circle, is that she paints the corners in and out. But New Jersey, great approach at the plate early against her, because Brown and Bogner have both got mistakes that they were able to recognize and capitalize on.
Yeah, I think it's going to be important for Curley to work both sides of the plate. She's been working on the outer half quite a bit, but you mentioned it, Amanda, coming up, getting underneath those hands a little tighter on the inner half is going to be important.
That one hops away. Jaylen Brown going back to third. Well, this entire lineup for New Jersey is a threat, 1 through 12. Every player has a hit this week at the World Series. Brown diving back into third.
Well, and Presley Roberts just saved Emick, because that throw was really wide. I think saved 2 runs. Wow. That throw was offline.
1-2 to Leonard.
A little extra heat on that pitch on the inner half, getting underneath her hands. So you can tell that Curley had a little extra juice on that last pitch after starting her upstairs, gets this check swing, goes back upstairs on the outer half, goes back on the inner half, picks up the big strikeout. Look at the way she's going to really drive this ball on the inner half of the plate, gets the swing and miss for the big second out of the inning with runners at second and third.
She really pumped it up a couple miles an hour there in that at bat.
And there's Tara Knight, her mom, who is the pitch caller for Curley. I feel like a lot of times we see the dad as the pitch caller, so we love to see Tara calling pitches. She also played softball, just like her daughter is now. Carly Leonard is running at third, by the way, as a courtesy runner for the pitcher, Jaylen Brown. You can use a courtesy runner when there are 2 outs for the pitcher or the catcher in an inning. Juliana Florek-Doslick. Swing high up in the air. Haley Warren says thank you very much. But New Jersey scores in the semifinal first. They're leading it 1-0 after the first inning. Just the 3rd run Kentucky has given up all week at the World Series.
Way to go! Hold the line! Hold the line! Girls, hold the line! That's how we're inning! One at a time! Everybody hits! Hold the line! This is nothing we have to say.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball World Series here in Greenville, North Carolina. This is just Kentucky's second year ever as a Little League program, already making it to the semifinals. J.W. O'Brien, the manager, was watching this back home a couple years ago and wanted to be able to give his daughter an experience that she otherwise wouldn't have. So he got Jonathan Roberts involved. They created this team. And he said it's beyond any experience they could ever imagine. They're treated like celebrities. They're doing photo shoots and interviews. So he's so grateful for what it's brought, and just being last year being in the regional finals and making it here to the semis. What an accomplishment this group has done, ladies.
And Chris, in order to even get here, they had to beat a Floyd Snobs team who was the runner-up at the World Series last year. They had to beat them in the regional championship game. Just 2 years as a league together, Michelle. It's pretty impressive.
It really was impressive. And they had to beat Grace Fiore, who's one of the best pitchers here at the World Series last year. So to beat her, to be able to punch her ticket here, you know that was a big deal for Kentucky.
Well, especially because the year before they had lost to them in the regional championship game. And that's the thing that we're noticing in that central region. Kentucky and Indiana, a little rivalry brewing in that regional tournament.
We're absolutely here for it. The catcher, Avery Emick, is going to lead off as Kentucky tries to rally. New Jersey just took the lead. It's a good start for the kids from the Commonwealth. A leadoff single.
I don't even know how she got to this pitch. It is hard inside, and she's able to just keep it fair down the line. Emick has a live arm back behind the plate and a live bat at the plate. Leadoff single for Emick, answering back.
You know, too, about creating this league, J.W. O'Brien told us he wants it to continue. After him and John Roberts and this coaching staff and these players have moved on, they want to hopefully have set it up for success so that more young girls can have this opportunity and they can keep this Davies County Little League going.
Well, that's what's important. Remember, Little League is playing in your community, with your neighbors, with your schoolmates, and we like to call it community-based softball or baseball, unlike travel ball where you could be playing with teammates that are from states apart.
Pitcher versus pitcher as Curley's at the plate. Change up from Jalen Brown. And she's asking for time.
Looks like she dropped her. Yeah, dropped her towel. It's a hot, hot day, so I'm sure there's a lot of towels out there tucked in pockets.
Not a ton of wind today, just a hot, stagnant day. See that was actually going to be a pitch out, it looked like, and the runner was running on the pitch. So that ended up being a botched play there, but New Jersey was ready for the stolen base. We talk about Kentucky, their aggressiveness on the base pass, 11 stolen bases at this World Series so far.
Yeah, the umpire was just asking Jalen Brown to make sure she waits for his signal to deliver the pitch.
She likes to work pretty quick.
Yes. Doesn't spend a lot of time at the back of the circle, gets the ball and gets right back on that pitching plate.
Leanna Gay is going to try to catch the runner. Tag applied, and Leanna Gay gets her from behind the dish.
We've seen Leanna Gay make some great plays behind the dish. Very quick release. A good job by Viardi to come over and make this tag. Frank the Tank right there in a perfect position. And of course, Neil Gay loving it from the dugout. And that's an aggressive play for Kentucky. No outs. I get trying to move her over, but I think I'd let the inning develop a little bit more, let the players potentially try to move her into scoring position.
It's the second runner that Leanna Gay has thrown out this week. Got her on the change. 2 strikeouts for the Jalen Express.
Oh my goodness. We talked about this pitch last night. She likes to put a knuckle down on the ball to pop this changeup out of her hand. And she can just paint the corners with the changeup. Both sides of the plate, she can throw it. Perfect height. Fools the other pitcher, Michaela Knight, and gets her looking.
2 down for Jenna Ball. Gia Gatto getting the start at second base today and holding it down. New Jersey still in control of 1-0 in the semifinal. New Jersey's path to this semifinal game here at the Little League Softball World Series actually started with a loss on Sunday, and then they had to play elimination games against Connecticut, Japan again, and Puerto Rico. They were able to survive and advance through all of those to get to the semifinal today. Their manager, Neil Gay, is wearing a mic for us. Let's listen in.
Hey, that's a good inning. Way to go. Hold the line. Hold the line. Girls, hold the line. That's our inning. One at a time. Everybody hits. Hold the line.
And those at bats the first time up in that first inning against Curley, I mean, they were good. What made them so successful and able to score those runs, Amanda, at the plate?
I think it was just noticing mistakes that were out over the heart of the plate and being aggressive early in the count. You know, Curley is a little bit more of a strikeout pitcher, so you want to be aggressive against her, and you hope and pray that you get one out over the heart of the plate. And they noticed it, recognized it, and barreled it up.
Took advantage of a defensive miscue, and you know that's what good teams do. They take advantage of everything that's given to them.
Frankie Velarde, the shortstop, will lead off. Curley does have 20 strikeouts in the tournament, including one today.
And they've done a good job of not chasing Curley's pitches out of the zone.
That hits the bag and rolls back towards Curley. Fair ball. You couldn't do that again if you tried.
No. There is always something different that you see in a softball or baseball game when you're watching, whether it's rule-related or play-related or hit-related like this. I have never seen a ball hit the bag like this before and then shoot back to the pitcher. Clear, fair ball. Hit that wide bag.
No question. You know what? She'll take
She's like, I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
Trick shot in banana ball. You can get extra points for that.
That's right.
Sophia Tolentino. She's hitting .652. That's the third best average this week at the World Series, and she's also third in hits with 5 on the week.
It also looks like New Jersey is more ready for the velocity of Michaela Knight. And their at-bats last night against Puerto Rico and the Puerto Rico pitcher named Rosa, they looked just not on time. They kind of weak contact off the end of the bat. You could tell they were just a little bit slower, 52, 53 miles an hour.
Emmek's glove and advancing is Frankie Velarde.
They just looked more ready for faster pitching.
Yeah, well, they were probably prepared for the ace of Puerto Rico, Nieves, who ended up not throwing last night.
Yeah, that was a surprise to all of us. She was playing in right field instead. Strikeout number 2 today. Want to see some girls with game? Tune in to an exciting summer of softball and visit littleleague.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. And there's Team Japan. Guys, it was so cool pregame. They were given the Sportsmanship Award this week. It has been so much fun to watch them from Sango, Japan, make the trip over here. Ball.
They had a great tournament.
Got to get some last-minute souvenirs, right?
Absolutely. Traditional to bring back gifts for your family and your friends. So I'm sure a lot of them are doing that.
Michelle played for 16 years over in Japan. And this was pregame. They brought Team Japan out and gave them the Team Sportsmanship Award.
So great.
Just a team that does things the right way. Supported each other, supported others, and they just go about their business doing things the right way.
It was Team Japan and Team California that were doing the Cupid Shuffle together before they played each other, right? While they were waiting to take the field. Liana Gay smacked that ball to center. Runner gets the go-ahead to come home. Velarde sliding in. They threw her out. Emick tags it. No run scoring. Runner to second.
It's a 3-0 swing by Gay, getting the green light, and that was a mistake right down the heart of the plate that they're able to get again, but then they rebound from the Kentucky defense, able to get the ball in, make the tag by Emick, who has just been looking to make a play back behind the plate, and they definitely got her. Great throw, great tag.
Your attention, please.
And Liana Gay a single and then advancing to second on the throw.
As a courtesy runner, number 12, Frankie Velarde.
And they will use Frankie Velarde as a courtesy runner for Liana Gay. There's 2 outs, and she is the catcher.
Avery O'Brien with just a perfect throw home.
Yeah. Amazing.
And guys, this might be my new favorite player in Gia Gatto, who's at the plate right now. She was called upon very early last night against Puerto Rico to come in and play second base, and she nailed it down, got the start today.
She was outstanding defensively.
All 4-8 of her.
One of the smaller athletes here.
And her favorite athlete is one of the tallest players
Exactly.
in the AUSL, Carlin Pickens.
And a former Lady Vol. Jammed up into the glove of Edge at first. An opportunity to add to the lead, but Kentucky's defense said no.
Look at this Avery O'Brien throw. It is on the money, and Emick, you guys, back behind the plate. She is dying to get in on the action. Her throws, and now the tag. Stop and a run.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball World Series presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. The Game Changer is the official scorekeeping technology partner of the Little League World Series. Coach smarter, connect live, and replay the action on Game Changer, the #1 youth sports app. Live the game like never before.
Leading off the central third.
Semi-final day, look, if you're not all in, get out, get in line. These are people lined up for the next semifinal game. It's North Carolina and Florida. That'll be tonight at 6 Eastern. Right now it is 3:42 local time. Some Team North Carolina representing. That North Carolina team is from about an hour and a half away near Raleigh. And they get a rematch with Florida. Haley Warren is leading off. It's 9, 10, and 11 due up for Kentucky. They just had a really important defensive stand in the last inning to throw a runner out at the plate to keep New Jersey from going up by 2. Haley Warren rolls this one to Annalise Curley. Chris Jalen Brown back working in the circle.
And she, like many, got into softball because she had an older sister that played who was also a pitcher. Her mom told me she was just a little toddler around the house mimicking her sister's pitching motion. And Mom was getting so annoyed. There's holes in the walls everywhere because as a 3-year-old, she's just throwing the ball up against the wall, broken picture frames. Said the moment she was eligible to join a T-ball team, I had to get her out there, and she's been hooked ever since.
And there's her mom in the stands. Yeah, her older sisters, Jordan and Jasmine. She told us she looks up to them because they're great students and athletes.
So often the younger sister of a pitcher becomes a pitcher because they just mimic the older pitcher and doing arm circles all around the house or next to them when they're practicing or down the lines in the grocery store, their aisles. You hear that story a lot.
My younger sister started to pitch a little bit when I started pitching. So yeah, it's great to see that sisters want to emulate each other. And it's the best part of softball. And you've got this family playing together. And we also have a lot of young brothers, young boys that play baseball. So the sisters then want to play softball. It usually becomes a family affair.
Well, the younger sister usually picks it up quicker because she's been watching it over and over and over and over again and modeling the same behaviors that they usually pick it up quick.
Here's Evelyn Shellstrom. Rolls this to Gia Gatto. They've probably been sitting at all kinds of pitching lessons, watching their older sibling.
No doubt about that, yes.
A million games.
Yes. My turn yet?
Yeah. Bottom of the order for Kentucky, Brenly Bishop. Do you think that's distracting for Jalen to see her face that big behind her mom? I don't know where that is in relation to what she's seeing. Oh, right there behind her.
Literally. Doesn't have to look far.
That is fantastic.
That is fantastic. She seems pretty dialed in. I think she's just looking at that outer corner.
She has just seemed so focused this whole week and going back to the regionals, steady Eddie.
Just a lot of confidence too, and I think she garners a lot of that from her ability to throw that changeup in any pitch, any situation. She doesn't worry about trying to strike people out.
Two is the count.
Like right there?
Like right there.
It's a 1-2 tree inning for this New Jersey team.
It is, and that's exactly how her manager says 1-2 tree with a little bit of an accent. And this one is that change up on the outer half. And so Brown picking up a strikeout, but this New Jersey team getting it done in a lot of different ways. Mom loving it as well.
Well, Greenville, North Carolina has become the home of the Little League Softball World Series since 2021. Elm Street Park is the place. Stalling Stadium right here at the park. It's the perfect place to pull up a chair, find a little shade, watch some Little League games, which means so much to the 12 teams that were good enough to make it here. Started with 12 on Sunday, and now just 4 remain. It's semifinal day, and for Kentucky, they have gone 3-0 in this tournament. A win over California and Connecticut, starting the week with a couple of run rule victories for Kentucky, and then a 2-0 victory over Puerto Rico. They need one more win to make it to our championship tomorrow. New Jersey came with the bats absolutely ready. Amisha Koppen will lead off this inning for the team from Toms River. And guys, 10 plate appearances for New Jersey, 6 at-bats with runners in scoring position today.
Well, and they've done a good job in this tournament. They've only, coming into today's game, they have only struck out 7 times as a team. They've walked 9, they put the ball in play. Been aggressive when they needed to, so yeah, this is a tough team to pitch to.
And they just make really good decisions at the plate. Their swing decisions are seemingly on point.
New Jersey's only run came in that first inning off the bat of Jalen Brown, as they were able to capitalize on an error. Koppen looking for grass. No, Avery O'Brien has been really good today. Coming up before our championship game tomorrow, it's the WNBA as the Las Vegas Aces take on the New York Liberty, 12:30 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. The WNBA countdown begins at noon. There's our buddy Ranger.
A lot of distractions around the ballpark for Puppy Ranger.
Uh-oh, look at that little one.
It's so little.
Oh.
I mean, there's nothing like a pup date to really get you going.
Absolutely.
Bottom of the order with Shaylin Seaman. And drop third strike. Emmek's able to make the toss, and Michaela Knight's got 3 strikeouts.
Third baseman, 14, Annalise Curley.
All right, guys, round 2, Curley versus Curley. Annalise Curley against Michaela Curley Knight. First pitch, lifting it towards center. Jenna Ball waiting. Easy. And Kentucky's defense standing strong. Can they catch back up? Only down a run. Avery Cox, deep. You want a home run? We'll give you a home run, says Avery Cox.
Locke smacks this one to center field. Bailey Cox going back, and it's gone! A laser from Locke to dead center field.
Mom does not like the spotlight or the camera. I barely even had a conversation with her pregame because she tried to lie and say that she wasn't her mom.
Annalyn Clark strikes out the side. I know we said they make memories, but we get so many fun moments and memories too out of Little League Softball World Series. It is semifinal day. You win here, you advance on to our championship game. Kentucky and New Jersey are battling right now, and then later tonight we'll see North Carolina and Florida take the field at 6 Eastern here on ESPN.
I love seeing all the emotion that comes out in these players. It's a lot like what we're seeing at the college level as well as the pro level. Just these games meaning something and being okay with just like letting out a roar and some emotion in the circle or at the plate. It's bleeding down to the younger players.
Yeah, the intensity is so great, but also the joy, like the smiles when they make a catch or a great play, or they're astonished that they just did something. I love it.
These are the days you always want to look back on in college and pro whenever it gets hard, because it's going to get hard at those levels. Like it's even hard at this level sometimes, but still you have that smile and the joy and the fun that go along with it.
Well, it's going to be second time through the order for Team Kentucky as they're down a run here in the top of the fourth. Hunter Sparks to lead off right at the top of the order against Jaylen Brown. And this Kentucky team, remember, they only hit 208 in regionals. They felt like their bats were so much better. We've seen that this week. Coming into the game, they're hitting 394. They had a saying when they stepped up to the plate in regionals: find a way. Carly Leonard with the grab. Find a way is what they talked about. When you step up to the plate, just find a way to get on.
Well, it's that belief system that's so important no matter what level of the game you're playing. And understanding what the game is giving you, your opponent.
This is a big inning for Kentucky because second time through the order against Jaylen Brown. In terms of finding a way against her, I think it's important for them to pick a speed. Even their Hunter Sparks got out on a changeup. She was out in front of it, so not either hit the fastball or hit the changeup. And then if you're going to hit the fastball, okay, decide which side of the plate you're going to swing on, because the outside corner like that to these right-handed hitters against Brown has been tough. So she's been throwing them there a lot. The righties need to get on the plate and try to get to that outside pitch.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest things for a hitter is that you can't be in between speeds. So you can't be late on the fast and early on the slow. And we see that a lot, again, at all levels.
Two down for Presley Roberts, who walked in the first inning. Pokes it through to right. And Roberts finding a way.
Well, and that's what it looks like, to pick a speed and pick a side of the plate. So she wanted a fastball. She got it. Clearly, she was looking for something in, and she got that too. So aggressive early in the count against that pitch and finds a way to get on base.
Roberts has been so good, both defensively at shortstop as well as hitting in that 3-hole for Kentucky.
Paisley edge towards the gap. It's going to bounce to the wall. And Presley Roberts coming across to tie this game. Paisley edge getting it done.
And I think it was interesting that Paisley Edge was in the front of the box. Look at where she's located. You can see she's moved up and attacking early. Pitch on the outer half. She just barrels this up and gets it right into the gap.
She gets one elevated too. Jaylen Brown doesn't leave a lot about belt high like that at all, but Edge recognizes that it's up, and that is her third double of the World Series.
To the bucket. We got her out last time. We're going to get her out again. Keep doing your job. Let's get her out and get back into the dugout, all right? Keep doing your job. You're doing great, all right? Girls, hold the line. This is the out right now. Hold the line. Infield, knock it down.
Neal, that's your first hit.
Where it's find a way for Kentucky, I think it's hold the line for New Jersey this game. 3 doubles in this World Series now for Paisley Edge.
She's been impressive. It's obvious why she's in that 4-hole for them.
She was their leader in average in the regional, hitting over 400.
Presley Roberts and Paisley Edge both being aggressive early in the count, both first pitch hits, and that run just scored so quickly with 2 outs.
Finley Bevan with the good eye. Bevan, whoa! Annalise Curley, hot corner. We got a tie ball game. Kentucky knots it up thanks to Paisley Edge.
New Jersey has 4 hits in this game, and early on, the first 2 hits, they were taking advantage of mistakes out over the heart of the plate against Curley. You see those locations, and then Curley has done a better job of hitting the corners, but New Jersey has done a good job of adjusting with her, so better located pitches, but New Jersey still just fighting at the plate despite Curley making adjustments in the circle and hitting her spots a little bit better.
Curley's got 3 strikeouts in this game, came into the game with 19 through their first 3 games, and now New Jersey is working on their second time through the order. Aviana Gay was able to reach on an error in the first. She's in the 2 spot and will lead off here in the 4th inning. Kentucky just tied the game. Winner to our championship tomorrow at 3 on ABC.
See how choked up that Aviana Gay is with her bat, trying to have better barrel control against this velocity.
Aviana and her twin sister Liana are both on this team. Liana's the catcher and their dad Neil Gay is the manager.
She's choked up a lot. You know what it's like, Michelle, even if you move up a centimeter, it feels completely different. So moving up a couple of inches off the end of the bat like she is, that feels a lot different. It's just like moving up in the box or getting onto the plate.
Yeah, how does it help her?
Helps her get that barrel a little bit quicker to pitches on the inner half. Helps her with that bat head speed, so you're not getting jammed up as much. And it's interesting because Neil says that Aviana is a lot like him. Good traits and bad traits, so he says. And he pulled her last night very quickly. She made a defensive mistake, and he says that, you know, he's a coach, and those are his daughters, but you know how sometimes dad's a little tougher on your daughter than you are on the other players.
Fast, adjust to the slow stuff. We're doing great. Come on, we're doing great. Keep fighting.
There's an example of that inside pitch that she was able to fight off with 2 strikes. Choked up on that bat a little bit. Better barrel control. Could be a little bit shorter to the ball for faster speeds to help her get there. Good take.
It's just a good job of understanding the zone, understanding you're the leadoff hitter in an inning in a tight game. That walk, ultra important.
Well, now here's Jaylen Brown, who had the swing that sent home the only run in this game for New Jersey so far. That was back in the first inning. She'll show bunt. Curley fields it, and Avery O'Brien comes over. Aviana Gay at second. Now, Briella Bogner's coming up to the plate, Chris.
Yeah, her family has been up here all week with a van full of dorm furniture. That's because Briella's older sister, Madison, has to move into the University of Georgia today. So her mom and her are currently making the 6+ hour drive. They said they were going to stop somewhere along I-95 because they can't drive and watch this. And pull over, watch this, and continue driving down to move her in the UGA.
Wow. What a busy week. Nothing like trying to park a moving van. Well, Briella got a double in the first inning.
Just a lot going on this time of year. These families are having to balance it. A lot of it is school related. New Jersey has just had so many chances with runners in scoring position, with the exception of that 3rd inning. I mean, they have offensively been finding ways to get on, get over, and had opportunities to score.
Well, they had a runner thrown out at the plate in the 2nd inning, which would have put them up 2-0.
Get a good jump, but don't get caught.
I love that. Get a good jump, but don't get caught.
Really starting to work in that changeup more this 2nd time through, and so far New Jersey doing a good job of laying off of that pitch as she's been missing it lower in the zone, able to take it.
Full count to Bogner. Hopping out to center. Aviana Gay gets the stop sign at 3rd. Bogner going to 2nd, sliding in safely.
Wow, that is a tough play. This ball's going to find its way through. Can't do a whole lot. You can see that Aviana Gay had to hold up to make sure that goes through. And then the trail, as Bogner goes into 2nd, Gay does not go home. And I think Coach is going to come out and take a check on Bogner. But that's such a tough play from a position as a runner, making sure that ball gets through. And then once it does get through, when your trail runner is running to 2nd, do you go home? Do you stay? They've already been thrown out at home once, so I think that's a good call. They did stay.
I think so too, and he seemed a little bit frustrated with her that she didn't go home, but I don't know. I don't know if she would have made it.
I agree, because she wasn't off the base. If she'd have been halfway down the line, I get it, or 1/3 of the way down the line, but she was pretty much on the base. I think she probably would have gotten.
So they're reviewing the play at 2nd base.
I think the tag's high. Does that foot get in?
Well, does she come off the bag?
Yeah.
Presley Roberts does a good job of holding the tag, and it does look like there's a 2nd where she's off of the bag.
She was called safe on the field.
Right there. I think she's off.
Yeah, almost have to see the other angle to see if the back foot. So She looks safe there, but then
I think she's off right there.
Yeah.
Potentially off.
That's
It's hard to tell the trail leg if it's
base running mistake to be aggressive, to take that second base. And
yeah, if the tag went straight down, you could see the tag went forward. If the tag would have gone straight down, I think she'd have been out much quicker. It's one of the things young athletes really work on, trying to get that tag down to the feet instead of reaching out to the runner, because it's a little bit slower, goes straight to the ground.
Well, great throw by Emick to Presley Roberts, which we've been talking about Emick. She's been wanting to be involved in all these plays. Just multiple pickoff throws that she's attempted, and maybe against a different catcher, you can be aggressive when you see that throw go through, but you have to know Emick has a very good arm. So in order to get to second against her, you have to absolutely know one without a doubt that you can make it, and it can't be questionable.
Oh, I love the way they're talking to each other. These young ladies get to be such good friends, even with their opponents.
Presley Roberts and Brielle Bogner talking through this play. And Kentucky using one of their 2 challenges. If you're right in your challenge, you get to keep it.
You guys, this could be 2 big outs for New Jersey with runners in scoring position. The one at home, and it looks to me like this could be another big out here at second. I see her come off the bag. If it was me looking at the tape, I would overturn it to an out, but we'll see what they end up doing.
And we've got a decision.
It's massive.
Wow, they overturn the call, and Bogner is going to be out for out number 2.
Well executed for Kentucky.
For Mid-Atlantic, left fielder number 9, Carly Leonard.
It's such a different situation, either first and third, less than 2 outs, or second and third, less than 2 outs. Telling me what, Emick? And her throws are quick. She has such a quick transfer.
Wanted that one.
Tag at third.
And I think Kentucky's going to challenge this one. Remember, they were correct in their challenge, so they got to keep it. They're going to challenge this tag at third. And both managers talking to each other.
I love it. Passing each other. They were shaking hands.
And I can't see where her right hand is.
Yeah, that's the question.
I think it looked like her hand got in there.
Yeah, I think the left hand was definitely slower, but I think the right hand was on first. Here you go. This is the.
Oh, this is a great look.
Yeah, I think she's safe by a lot, just by her fingertip, actually. Her right hand got in there.
Yeah, the call on the field was that she was safe. In Little League, of course, you have to slide feet first unless you're going back to the base. You can slide head first, like we saw Aviana Gay do.
A lot of those rules that Little League has for the safety of the athletes. Little League was one of the first leagues to mandate helmets back in the day. It was Dr. Creighton Hill, who was one of the original presidents of Little League baseball and softball.
The call on the field will stand. That Aviana Gay is going to be safe. All right, so 2 down with a runner on third for Carly Leonard. One ball to Leonard.
Ball.
It's kind of back-to-back delays, too, for Curley. Just have to stand there in the circle.
I'm just thinking about that same thing as well. Hasn't thrown a ton of pitches in the past 5 or 6 minutes.
Nice pitch on the outer half. Comes back to that changeup.
Three balls and a strike to Carly Leonard. Full count.
It's a good cut by Carly Leonard on 3-1 count. You got to be aggressive. Runner at third. I like the fact that she was going after that. She knew she was in a leverage count.
Yeah. A little adjustment there to get a piece of that one. Similar location to the pitch before.
This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Leonard struck out her first time against Curley. Snagged in the air by Michaela Knight. And we stay tied.
So much credit to the at-bat that Carly Leonard just put together right there and got a changeup and it hit it hard right back up the middle, but Michaela Knight says, not on my watch. My goodness, she keeps stepping up.
Hey Avery, Cooper Pratt here. Just wanted to reach out and wish you guys the best of luck in you guys' tournament, and yeah, go win it.
Avery, just wanted to say good luck at the World Series. It's been really fun to watch. You guys go win the whole thing. Tell Curley to keep throwing the gas.
Good luck, Avery, to you and your teammates in the softball World Series coming up. We're all rooting for you. Let's go.
Hey Avery, just want to wish you good luck this upcoming weeks in the Softball Little League World Series. Go kick some butt, and we'll be watching. Have fun.
That's the Nashville Sounds, the minor league team in the Music City, shouting out Avery Emick, whose uncle Andrew is the strength and conditioning coach for the Nashville Sounds. And we didn't petition for that. They sent that to us and said, please give Avery a shout out.
And following, they've been watching the journey to even get here, and I'm sure they've been watching all these World Series games too, probably more locked in than ever with what's at stake here.
Avery Emick had a single in the second inning. Ooh, hits it over to the hot corner where Annalise Curley, that's how she ended the last inning, with a hot shot.
Oh my gosh. We've seen some really aggressive swings, and how about the defense properly positioned and able to just react to these line drives that have been nailed at them. Impressive adjustments by the hitters, trying to get something done here, punch their ticket into that championship game tomorrow.
Yeah, you win today, you're playing for a title. Curly Knight to the gap. She's got a double. Go ahead run in scoring position.
This is the pitcher, the starting pitcher here who just got out of a jam, taking that energy into her at bat. This is a pitch that is belt high. Brown has been hurt, and again, Curley moves up in the box, just like you said about Paisley Edge, who made the adjustment and was able to get to a Brown pitch. That had to have gone about 190. Oh, that had home run potential. It is very difficult to hit a home run on this field.
And we've only seen 2 this week, as the field is 200 to all fields.
Curley has done such a good job of letting pitches travel. She doesn't try to pull everything. Outside pitch, even up in the zone, just sends it the other way. That was well squared up.
Jenna Ball. Frankie Velarde leaping to save that from going out to left field. And possibly saved a run.
Yeah, and that's a really good job of base running by Curley. Look at the way this ball is going to be hit well. Nice job diving into that 5-6 hole. Close play at first. But most importantly, when you keep that ball on the infield, it keeps Curley at second base. Doesn't allow her to move up. So Frank the Tank doing a great job for New Jersey at that shortstop position.
Hit to you, if you're coming glove side, you got to play 1 or 2, right? But if it's hit right out, you take 3. Frank hits you either way. We're all first basemen now. I just want an out. Look at me, 9, 10, 11, okay? We're pitching this kid outside again. It's going to be coming this way, all right? If we have a double play, take it. I just want an out. Get ready for her coming all the way around. Jalen, fantastic. Keep doing your job. We're good. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
All right, so we're going to see some outside pitches. I love it when we know what's coming up here in the booth and what to look for. We'll see if Jalen Brown can continue to execute that outside pitch. These right-handed hitters trying to feed the right side over there, although be a good time to feed the left side with the force out at third base, but they're still going to continue to pitch her outside.
We saw a couple of double plays yesterday. I wonder if we'll see any here today.
Hey guys, the last 8 batters haven't seen more than 3 pitches.
Yeah, they've been attacking early. I mean, obviously Kentucky making those adjustments up in the box and attacking early.
Haley Warren goes bunt. Crashing in is Curley. Makes the throw to first. It does move the runners over. 2 down. Go ahead run at third.
Great job by Gia Gatto. Defending, second baseman getting over there to be able to take the throw from Annalise Curley.
And that was on 2 pitches. Well, John Roberts, the assistant, is going to talk to Evelyn Shellstrom. The go-ahead run is 60 feet away. Kentucky looking for its first lead. As their pitcher, Curley, is standing on third. Hit a double in this inning. A double and a single have the 2 runners on.
Your attention please, now running at third base for Central as a courtesy runner, number 7, Haley Warren.
Well, Haley Warren is going to come in and as a courtesy runner for Michaela Knight at third base, since she's the pitcher. Shellstrom's hitting 400 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, and that's out of the 10 hole down there. She's got some pop, and it's going to be important for Brown to continue to paint that outside corner and use her changeup in this situation.
I would be very careful here. First base is open, and the number 11 hitter has not gotten a hit yet in this Little League World Series. I'd probably pitch around Chelsom and try to go after Bishop.
Shellstrom smacks it to right field, and Kentucky takes the lead. Jenna Ball diving back into third. Shellstrom at second.
the adjustments this Kentucky team has made have definitely paid off offensively. Every one of them is in the front of the box looking for that pitch on the outer half, and Källström is going to shoot it the opposite way through that 3-4 hole. There's a massive hit with 2 outs. Runners at second and third is going to plate the go-ahead run for Kentucky.
Michelle, that was not a bad pitch location. Just a swing and approach of Källström knowing exactly what she wanted to do. I love this excitement, understanding what's at stake, knowing that that's a go-ahead run.
Brinley Bishop taking the first pitch, and Carly Leonard is there for out number 3, but Kentucky has its first lead. You win this game, you are going to our championship game tomorrow. Evelyn Källström just gave Kentucky the lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. New Jersey has had opportunities to put more runs on the board, but haven't been able to bring them around since they scored a run in the 1st inning. Winner to our championship game tomorrow, and Juliana Florek-Doslik is going to lead off.
New Jersey has had these chances, you guys, but the defense of Kentucky has continued to step up, and think about that line drive, hit back at Michaela Knight to end the last inning. The defensive play that she made there, their throws to bases have been on the money.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Pop up. I think it's Hunter Sparks. No, it's Presley Roberts that comes up with it.
I think only because she's taller.
Yes.
Stole it.
Excuse me.
It's mine.
Yeah.
Mine. Curly's like, as long as one of you got it, I'm cheering. This is awesome.
Presley Roberts and Annalise Curley, I feel like look very similar. The third baseman for New Jersey. They're also both really good.
You know, that's another play that oftentimes that ball drops because of miscommunication or because it just bounces off the glove and you don't get to it. But that's another defensive play for Kentucky, taking away chances from New Jersey late in this game.
And both Sparks and Roberts had to go a long way to get that.
this is coming down to the wire here. Only playing 6 innings in Little League softball. We don't go 7 like in AUSL or college softball.
Three balls to Frankie Velarde, the shortstop. Both these pitchers we've seen today with Curly Knight and also Jaylen Brown, you wouldn't know if they were throwing a perfect game, if they had walked every hitter. Just no emotion, just steady in the circle.
A lot of poise for this age group. It's impressive.
I remember a game, I think I was in 12U about their age, and I think we were down. I was giving up a lot of runs, throwing a little, I'm not gonna lie, I was throwing a little temper tantrum, I think, showing a little emotion in the circle. And my parents reminded me, if somebody walked up to come up to the game.
Frankie Velarde, the Shannon ball's there.
Then you should be able to know if the score, they should be able to tell if the score is 10-0 in your favor, that you're winning or losing. And that really stuck with me for the rest of my career. Like, that snapped me back into what I needed to look like in the circle presence-wise.
Well, 2 down for Sophia Tolentino, who struck out in the 2nd inning.
And Amanda, to your point, I didn't start to pitch till I was 15. I don't know what I would have done at 12 or 13 if I was having a bad outing. There's a good chance it may not have been very pretty.
You just care so much. You're learning. You're kind of riding the emotions and the ups and downs of the game. You feel it deep because you want it so bad. But that's why it's so many props to Curly and to Jaylen Brown, because they are just so consistent in their emotions.
And that's great leadership. You know, that's what the rest of the team needs to see if they make a defensive mistake or whatever. Because let's face it, this game is built around mistakes. It's not a game of perfection by any means.
Tolentino fouls off that pitch. Just past a diving Hunter Sparks.
Hunter Sparks has done such a good job over there at the hot spot.
Into the leadoff with her bat. Two. Eighth pitch coming to Sophia Tolentino.
Good job, just getting rid of it. Close to the strike zone.
She's gonna walk on 9 pitches.
Courtney Michaela Knight, also one of those girls that grew up around the sport because of her older siblings. And at 5 years old, she goes to try out for a T-ball team. Mom was busy coaching her older daughters in the softball games. So she calls her husband. She said, "How did it go?" And Dad said, "Well, they didn't invite us back." So what do you mean? They're sending her to coach pitch. She skipped right through at 5 years old. From T-ball was too good. You're moving on up, kid.
That's awesome.
And she said she was kind of bummed because then she had to be separated from her friends. She's already making friends of her age group, and then you have to go up to coach pitch. You know, those are older girls that you had to make new friends with.
It just shows her talent level, though. Move up when you can. You might not always like it because you won't be with your friends, but move up when you can.
And she went on to start varsity as a 7th grader. Liana Gay single in the 2nd inning, trying to keep this 2-out rally going for Team New Jersey, who led the game 1-0. Gave up the lead to Kentucky in the 5th.
Good job of working back to even after being down 0-2.
And back-to-back full counts.
Curley goes back to that outer half. She's done a great job of locating pitches out there to these right-handed hitters for New Jersey. See if she goes back out there. She just had the walk given up on a changeup 3-2. Goes back out there.
Well, and every base or every hitter that reaches is so important in this inning, as Gay just has such a good at bat, but finding a way to get on, because then you get closer to turning the order back over for either this inning or the 6th inning when you're down to your final outs.
8th pitch to Liana Gay, and she will see a 9th. Remember, we just finished a 9-pitch at bat that ended in a walk and put Sophia Tolentino on first.
And that was that full count changeup. It was a little bit elevated, but Gay not too sure if it's a ball or a strike. Gets rid of it smartly.
This time it's a strikeout for Curley. And New Jersey will leave the tying run on.
Curley getting it done. Pitch on the outer half. It looks like a check swing, but it's an elevated pitch, and she gets the call. Gay thinks she holds up, but final out of the inning, a massive strikeout to get out of the jam.
chance, take my hand, take my hand. Cancel all your plans, take a chance, take a chance. Ain't got forever, we only got today. If you got a night to feel alive, then baby stay.
Our second semifinal is tonight at 6 Eastern here on ESPN, and it's a rematch. Florida and North Carolina, we saw them battle it out on Thursday, and North Carolina won 5-2 in that game. Well, they get to play it again, and North Carolina's Annalyn Clark, Michelle, had 13 strikeouts in that game.
She was in zen mode, just getting that ball through their zone. Great rise ball, even though she says it's not a rise ball. She says it's a fastball that has some upspin to it. Excited to see her get back out in that circle.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. That's coming up again at 6 Eastern here on ESPN. First, we got to finish this game. Top of the order up for the third time as Hunter Sparks leads off and fouls off the first pitch from Jaylen Brown. Kentucky trailed 1-0 in this game until the 5th inning when they took the lead 2-1. You win this game, you're going to play for a championship tomorrow at 3 on ABC.
These Kentucky hitters just continuing to be up in the box against Brown, and that has served them well from mid to late in this game.
Why up in the box against her?
Trying to get to these pitches just a little bit sooner. Keep it also, she has a little bit of a down break for the outside corner to these right-handed hitters, so trying to catch it before it heads down.
Hunter Sparks out to center, sliding is Misha Copen.
Misha Copen, good read on this. They do whatever it takes to secure this out, knowing how important it is in a one-run game. Copen using that glove well.
Avery O'Brien.
Yeah, and since they made those adjustments we were talking about, 5 of the 11 base hits that second time through the order. Kentucky team making those in-game adjustments. So important to be able to read what your opponent's doing, make adjustments, mid at bat if possible, and there it is. That's a good look. First time through, just 2 for 10. Second time through, 5 for 10.
Right into Giagotto's glove. 2 down.
And this would be a totally different game, you guys, if Kentucky didn't make those defensive plays. The play at home, the throw to second, the line drive right back up to Curley. Their defense has shut down New Jersey from scoring more than 1 run when they've had so many opportunities.
Presley Roberts has reached both times she's been up, a walk and a single. And we even saw this Kentucky defense get a runner at the plate, which would mean right now would be 2-2.
And oftentimes those tag plays, like the outs that they've made, they're things that you practice over and over again, but not often that you see them happen in games. And so props to Kentucky's defense for stepping up when the moment arose for what they've practiced over and over again and making throws that have just been on the money, including Emick's throw to second base earlier.
Ball.
Two balls and a strike to Presley Roberts.
Roberts has such a nice swing, just complete athlete, righty shortstop, lefty swinger. And a great eye.
likes to get right on top of that plate, make it difficult to thread the needle in the inside corner. And she covers outside very well. We saw that earlier in the tournament.
Change up.
And that's a great adjustment because the pitch prior is hard on the inner half for a ball. She doesn't bite. Change up, inner half. Gets enough barrel on it to get rid of it. Not fooled by it, not in front of it.
Presley Roberts, a good AB. It's still rolling, bounces off the wall. She's got a double.
Great at bat by Presley Roberts. Fouled off so many pitches to be able to get this one on more on the outside corner. And because Copen was more in left center field, that's just a hit really right back up the middle of the field, but it gets past her. And so it becomes extra bases for Presley Roberts with 2 outs.
3 doubles today for this Kentucky team. And Paisley Edge had one of those in the 4th that sent the first run across for Kentucky.
And this is big right here because if Kentucky can put an insurance run up on the board, it is just mentally so much more difficult to get up thinking, all right, we're down by 1 versus we're down by 2.
Both the runs today have come with 2 outs, including that first one when Presley got on and then Edge hit her in.
Change up, pop up, straight in the air. Jaylen Brown has got it, and Kentucky leaves a runner on second. Last chance for New Jersey, a spot in the championship on the line. The Little League Softball World Series is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Welcome back to the Little League Softball World Series presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Want to see some girls with game? Tune in to an exciting summer of softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. Crowd has been so good today, and don't forget we still have one more game coming up at 6 Eastern on ESPN. You'll be able to see North Carolina and Florida, but here we are, bottom of the 6th inning. Last chance for New Jersey if they want to make it to the championship game. 10, 11, and 12 due up. What do you want to see from these at-bats from New Jersey?
I want to see them put the ball in play. Anything but strikeout to me is going to be a win, and find a way to get on base any way you can. Force an error, use a bunt. It's a good idea. Just that Michaela Knight's so good at fielding her position.
Yeah, bare hands that and makes the throw over to first. But to your point, Amanda, and they need to make sure they're swinging at strikes. Don't chase outside the zone. Be selective.
New Jersey led 1-0 most of this game, well, until the 4th inning, and that's when Kentucky was able to tie it. They would take the lead in the 5th. Misha Koppen. Curley getting the pitch call from her mom in the dugout. And that'll put Curley ahead 1-2. Michaela Knight just continues to pepper the zone. She's done a good job of just going right at hitters. A couple of walks she's worked around. Curley with the K.
This is a 6th strikeout for Curley, just painting this outside corner, getting some calls late in this game, a little bit up in the zone, but popping the mitt and going right at these hitters with the 1-run lead.
Bottom of the order, Shaylin Seaman, last chance for New Jersey, and she takes a big cut at that first pitch. Seaman calls time. If she can get on, it would be the top of the order, and Annalise Curley waiting on deck. Bring her up, Curley. We're going to see this Kentucky team play for a title.
What a great job by this Kentucky team all the way around. Great defense. They got the clutch hitting when they needed it. And of course, Michaela Knight Curley in the circle was so strong.
What a season and what a week for this New Jersey team, who lost their first game and then had to win 3 elimination games in a row just to make it to the semifinals. The very first time that we've seen Toms River Little League play in the World Series. And what a run for the kids from New Jersey.
You just don't want it to ever end. You just have so much fun. You work so hard to get here, and when you win, you're all smiles, and when you lose, it just hurts because he came so close to making it to the championship.
So Kentucky is winning their bracket. That is what they did today in this semifinal, which means that they are going to play in the championship tomorrow. And Michelle, we saw how complete this Kentucky team can be with the defense, the pitching, and the hitting today. Evelyn Shellstrom is with Chris.
Evelyn, congratulations. You drove in the game-winning run. Your coach came and said something to you before that at-bat. What did he say?
He said, like, you need to pick out your spot on the fence and, like, drive it and not just have, like, confidence in you, and I know you can do it, and just find a way.
You don't play the field, so what was it like sitting in the dugout watching Michaela get that last out?
Just knowing that, like, all my teammates got her back, and I have confidence in every single one of the girls on the team, and I knew we were getting that. And I knew we were getting that third strike, and I was going to run out of the dugout and tackle JW.
And that you did. This team's only been around for 2 years, and you guys are 1 win away from winning the Little League Softball World Series. What has this experience been like so far?
Like we say, it's the best summer ever. Like, literally, we've worked so hard, and we deserve it all. So I think we should just come out with our best.
Summer continues. We'll see you tomorrow. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Summer forever, as we say. And we were talking about this is a complete team, Michelle. We saw it today.
Absolutely. It's the Kentucky team. They are well schooled. They have definitely done their homework over the year and worked hard, so they do deserve to have some fun and to play for that Little League World Series tomorrow.
The summer will continue for Kentucky tomorrow at 3 Eastern on ABC. Our next semifinal just over an hour away from Florida and North Carolina. We'll be back with you at 6 Eastern here on ESPN for that game. And I can tell you the ballpark is filling up. But what a moment, what a feeling for Kentucky as they're moving on to Sunday's championship game here at the World Series.